The Deus Ex franchise is a standout in gaming, and Mankind Divided continues that tradition. Deus Ex Mankind Divided takes place in the year 2027. The golden age of augmentation, filled with freedom and promise, has come to an end. It has instead been replaced with an age of fear and repression, after the events of Human Revolution, where a malicious virus infects the augmented, causing them to commit savage acts of violence. The population at large reacts in fear. This results in a mechanical apartheid in which augs are forced to live in mega-slums and under the boot of an oppressive police state. After continued terrorist attacks carried out by shadowy organizations such as the Illuminati, tensions are higher than ever in an attempt to set back the course of human progress. The gritty cyberpunk world of Mankind Divided is beautifully rendered on console as well as PC. Cutscenes are incredibly and realistically detailed, and gameplay is beautiful as well. The world itself has an incredible sense of identity, from Prague to the mega slum of Golem City. This world feels gritty, real, and lived in. The strife plaguing mankind can be felt from NPC dialogue to the propaganda and graffiti on walls. This installment in the series is definitely a benchmark in world building.
That being said, where there are triumphs in Mankind Divided's world building, there are aspects that feel tacked on. Signs and graffiti bear slogans such as "Aug Lives Matter," a direct reference to the Black Lives Matter movement and the racial tensions currently playing out in the United States. While the message rings true to the game's narrative, as augmented people try to remind their fellow citizens that they are indeed human despite their differences, and worthy of living without fear or prejudice, it may be a bit too soon. Little more is done with this phrase than simple graffiti. It would feel more realistic if it became a movement itself, or even a rallying cry of one of the in-game factions such as ARC, the Augmented Rights Coalition. But it seems like tacked-on marketing bait, which is disappointing for a game that fleshes out every other aspect of this world.
One of the pillars of the Deus Ex franchise is the ability to play however you want. Fans felt slighted at certain boss fights last time around, as stealth-spec'd players would be forced to engage in head-on combat during some missions and boss fights. In Mankind Divided, however, I found the boss fights and large encounters offered multiple ways to complete my objective, living up to the franchise's promise. Players will find a few new useful tools, such as a revamped smart vision augmentation, remote hacking, and a few other new toys to experiment with, such as Jensen's Tesla arm. For those who favor straightforward combat, new augs like Titan armor will definitely serve your needs. Shooting mechanics this time around feel much tighter, as weapons don't feel too heavy, and target acquisition has become much smoother. On-the-fly weapon customization is also incredibly useful. The conversation system in Mankind Divided has also been improved, with full responses on display for players. Those who felt slighted by games like Fallout 4, which only supplied vague response choices, will feel a bit more secure in their choices here. Players will come across many interesting and potentially untrustworthy characters, and navigating politics and deciding who to trust are a huge part of Mankind Divided. For those looking to explore open areas, Mankind Divided provides dense city areas with many points of interest and plenty of loot to seek out, as well as side quests. As mentioned, Mankind Divided is a gorgeous looking game, but that doesn't come without a few caveats. On PS4, I did experience minor screen tearing in opening in-game cutscenes and frame rate loss at other moments in large areas. Both of these issues were minor, however, and were not too frequent as to ruin immersion. While the game offers various control schemes, such as the controls from Human Revolution, a new fresh control scheme for Mankind Divided, and a shooter control scheme, I found the new Mankind Divided control scheme a bit clunky at first, but eventually made a smooth transition after overcoming the learning curve. Deus Ex Mankind Divided takes everything that its predecessor had to offer, refined the formula, and gave fans more than they could have asked for. From the world building to improved player functionality, Mankind Divided has earned its due. Returning fans and new players alike won't want to miss out on this cyberpunk adventure filled with mystery and intrigue. How will you save the world when mankind is divided?